Welcome to the Easy Project with myself, ZBT, and my man, Eddie Petty Bones. Got a special guest today, one of our North Queensland Cowboys greats, actually one of the greats of the NRL, by the way,
the GOAT.
Matty Bowen.
Matty Bowen, welcome, bros.
Welcome.
Thanks,
What's up,
guys.
bloke? What's doing, bros?
Yeah.
Not that much, mate. Just down, kids' sports. It's been good.
You're looking young, bros. You still look young, lad.
Me.
Hey?
Still look like you really get out,
Grey hair, lad. That's why I cut it out.
get out on the field there, still playing touch, carving up the young kids.
Oh,
Let's
bro,
go.
I've heard some whispers about this guy carving up all the tournaments, bro. When it was supposed to be only 2 and touch, old mate's just still banging, bros. But it's hectic,
Heard
eh?
about a charity game a couple of weeks back too, carving up in that too.
I don't know, man. It's
If
good.
you don't have the red shorts on, lad, you got to go hard. If you watch it.
Oh, man. Bro, usually when we start, we throw flowers to our peeps. So I'll just give you a little rundown. Hopefully I got it right, bro. So Matty Bowen from Cairns, Australia, is a rugby league legend. Played over 300 games in the NRL and Super League. Known for his speed and ability to change the game in an instant. Bowen represented Queensland in the State of Origin for many years and played for Australia in 2004. He also proudly played for the Indigenous All Stars and the Prime Minister's 13.
Nice.
Now, beyond the field, he's a strong supporter of his Indigenous community and is always finding ways to give back. Now, a loving husband to his wife, Rudie, and father to their 4 children, Bowen is dedicated to his family and he was to his career. Not only is one of the greatest players of all time, but he's also a true champion off the field. Matty Bowen, known as Mango, is an all-round role model and inspiration to all of us. Welcome, my man, Matty Bowen.
Yes,
Well,
nice.
bros.
Lots of flowers, man.
You like that,
Welcome.
bros?
Kind words. Thanks, bro.
Take me anywhere, bro.
Nah,
Take
that's
me anywhere.
good, man.
Yeah,
What else has been happening with yourself?
Yeah, obviously, retired, not sort of retired. Like I come back and play a little bit of, but now I'm a taxi driver for my kids. But,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
wouldn't change it for the world. I think I love, my kids are very sporty, especially the 2 oldest one. And, Diaz, she'd be 15 this year. And then MJ's 12, little boy.
True. They're at that age, man.
Mate.
That age where you gotta you want to put your mentoring cap on, but at the same time you got to put your father hat on too, and make sure that you're not overdoing it. Hey?
Yeah, definitely. I think I find myself, like I've been coaching the first time this year. I coached the house in their 16s, under 16s, and it's just different, mate. I'm coaching boys to girls. Boys think they know a lot. Girls take it all on board, and they take what you say. They do it repeatedly, but you have to go and tell them to do something different and go off the cuff sometimes, and that's the easiest part. But I enjoyed it, the girls ones.
Do you see glimpses of yourself in your kids when playing sport?
Most definitely, I think MJ especially, and the daughter. My daughter's competitive.
Yeah.
MJ's just laid back. He's just too casual.
Yeah.
I just think, mate, I just want to go and spark him with something. Right? And my missus always says, he's you all over. Like he's just all over the house. He's just slow ass. But when he gets on the field, he's sort of, I don't know. I think, hopefully, fingers crossed, he'll be, sort of pick a sport when he's 15, 16, and then down the track, hopefully he can stick to that sport.
Because he's playing basketball, so bro, that's obviously different to what. Because when we used to play 1-on-1, I used to cover you up every time. But MJ playing basketball, bro, bro, is that probably a path that you want him to go? Or?
Most definitely, we spoke about it because basketball's technically, you have to be good at it. But footy, we can always go back. He's playing footy in the house. He's playing footy at lunchtime, and when he go home to our family and nieces and nephews, he's always playing footy. So footy's just part of us, and basketball sort of new to us, and he's sort of learning that. But he's pretty obviously athletic, but he's pretty good at it, to be honest. I know it's my son, but it's sort of when he first started, I was thinking, someone asked him, I said, "Do you play basketball?" I said, "Oh, he doesn't play." I said, he went out and played the game and killed it. I said, "But where do you play?" He said, "Lunchtime's at school." So he's enjoying that sort of thing. So we're just going to leave him and see how far that goes, and if not, we'll go back to league and whatever.
Yeah, they always I feel like I've seen a lot of young kids when I was working at Mars and great basketballers, but then they slowly venture into the rugby league scene. Yeah, man, and they got the hops and everything. They got the good skill level. Just catching over everyone. I feel like that's a good starting spot. To have play basketball, get that skill set, and then taken into rugby league. Feleti Mateo was really good.
Bro.
He was a beast at basketball.
I think a lot of Indigenous and Polynesians were really good at basketball. Obviously, transfer those skills into rugby league. So, like yourself. Hey, wait,
we'll passes and everything.
We'll kickstart about. Give us a rundown on your childhood and your upbringing.
Yeah, definitely. I was, born and raised in Hopevale, up north, north of Cairns, and a little Aboriginal community. So not, it's only 800 people in there, and majority of all my cousins and family and different things. So I grew up there. I'm the youngest. I'm the baby of 6.
Ooh.
Daughter, the sister, she's the eldest, and 5 boys. So I'm the baby. So I still get treated like a baby today for mum and dad. But I went to school there from grade 1 to grade 6, and had to move away to boarding school at Abergawi. So sort of enjoyed that. I didn't like it at the start, but 2 of my older brothers was at the school at the same time, and just growing up in Hopevale, we didn't have any team sport or not enough kids to play in a team sport. So I didn't play rugby league till I was 13. But, going back to playing 3-on-3, 2-on-2, 1-on-1s, and in a little cram space and, all chipping and chasing and all that stuff. So that's, and I was lucky to go to boarding school, and I loved it. I went there for 6 years and started playing league and got put on a scholarship when I was 15 with the Cows, and that scholarship required I had to go to school every day. I had to, respect my teachers, my coaches, and more importantly, my peers. And I'm, coming from a community, that was pretty tough. But I enjoyed it. And then when I finished school in end of '99, moved to Townsville, stayed with the homestay with the Buttigiggs, Johnny Buttigiggs and his parents. And
Buttigieg, eh?
I hated it, to be honest. I wanted to go home or go back to school, and had to wait for Brenton to come back the next year. So I just wanted to go home. But I knew I didn't. If I went back to the community, I just would have fell into the wrong habits. So my family and friends and cousins fall into, obviously, drugs and alcohol. And I just didn't want to be a part of that. I just wanted to be that change and stay away as long as I can. And lucky enough, I did. Footy started, and I started making friends and enjoying training, and then I started playing, back then for the local club, South, and then first division when they was in the competition, the reserve grade for the Cowboys, and sort of from there in 01 I started playing first grade. So
that's hectic, eh?
Let's go back to your the high school. So did you you went to that boarding school? Like, did you ever get poached by any of those rugby league schools to go to them?
We tried to. I was a Cowan High tried to get us to go there, and but lucky enough, I had a good coach in Joe Panisi and Annette, and they were pretty. My mentors growing up, they like my second parents, and he was just the rugby league, the first coach at Abergawi, and he looked after us, looked after me and Brenton and a few of the other boys that went through that college, and just sort of, we had the most successful year for the Abergawi back in '99. We won the Confraternity Cup, won the All Schools and the Tarts, and made it to the state final in the Aussie Home Loans Cup back then.
True.
Played Palm Beach Beaters in the state final.
So he's made it that far.
Made that far with
that's
250 kids in the whole school.
Yeah.
So we made it to the state final.
Because I'm not thinking man, where's Kerwin and all these other big name schools, but you got this boarding school. With just a couple of good players in it, and then you made it all the way to the grand final.
Yeah, so we beat Kerwin in the Northern grand final. Yeah. But we got beaten by Palm Beach. We come down to play here at the old ANZ before Bronx, and Bronx played Bulldogs back then. I think in '99. So it was coming from the community, mate, and from Abergawi College. To come down that far to be successful was pretty good.
Nice. What was the feeling like leaving mum and dad for you to go to boarding school? Was it tough for you?
Definitely, I think because I was only a baby and 12, and but lucky enough, as I said, I had older brothers, Dwayne and Wendell, and I had heaps of cousins that went to school there as well, and that sort of made it easy for me. But it was hard at the start. But as I said, we live away from home, home away from mum and dad, and And that's how important I try and get to my kids. I'm trying to, you know, I'm there at every training session. I'm there at every game. And back then, at boarding school, I wish mum and dad would watch me as a young kid growing up. And that's so important, I think, myself and Rudie, I think, you know, how supportive that we are towards my kids and, you know, our kids. I think, you know, mum and dad were very supportive now and back then. But as I said, I wish that they would have watched me growing up playing, you know, in junior sports. So, but they still very supportive till this day.
It's changed big time today, eh? Just society has changed the way our kids think and do things, eh? But it's good, like how you say that you're always supportive and being there. I feel like it's it hurts when you're not there.
Yeah.
When you're like, when you know your daughter's got like an athletics carnival, you know, oh damn, I'm not gonna be over here. But like, you know, I'd love to be there support. I think sometimes I think kids feel it more today. That they're, man, where's my parents? They should be here, you know? Is that how you feel sometimes?
Definitely, I don't miss a game, you know. My young fellas obviously at every basketball tournament, my daughter's playing touch, and so we try not to miss anything. When sometimes when things clash, we tend to miss it, but we do feel sad for the kids. But we don't miss anything, so that's why we're down travelling this far to follow our kids. And as I said, I'm going to support them in whatever they do. If they don't play sports after they school or after, you know, as long as they enjoyed it while they did.
Yeah, true. So good, man. Being present's important, man.
100%.
I know when I'm not there, my daughter's always like, Dad, where were you? Sorry, sis.
Man, my daughter's always saying it to me. He goes, Dad, I got an award today. Where were you? And I go, what do you mean? And he goes, oh, you're meant to be in the crowd taking photos. And I go, wow. Relax, man. It's only one time.
I know, but it does get in the way, man. But when did you know, like, you fell in love with rugby league? When was it?
Obviously, I knew growing up, but, you know, we didn't, like, footy, the Broncos was all sort of new, and Alfie Langer and, you know, Brad Fittler from Roosters. Yeah. Watching Queensland play on TV, and that's all I knew as a kid. And so my dream was to play for the Broncos, you know. So I just did everything I could. I obviously, you know, don't smoke, don't drink, hang around good friends and follow people that you trust and different stuff. So I had that sort of in the back of my head. And as I said, I would keep telling my kids now that, you know, they got all the opportunity in the world. Like, I didn't have that opportunity. You know, I had to go away to boarding school, you know, 8-10 hours drive to get to a boarding school. And as I said, I think when I got signed at a 15-year-old, I think, I could have something, you know, I want to put my, you know, knuckle down and train hard and do this, because you might have a career out of this. So, but when school finished, as I said, I just think, I want to do this. And I just started training hard, enjoying and making friends and making things easy. So,
Right. Because obviously rugby league, you got to make some sacrifices and commitment. 100%. And, you know, I think that the tough ones are the ones where you're away from your family. And that, like, obviously for me, I was pretty lucky that I had my family there. But for someone like yourself to be outside of the box where you have to do everything by yourself, do you reckon you grew quickly at that time?
I think so. People said I was shy, and I am still shy today. Like, don't talk and that. But for me, moving away from a community of class of, I don't know, 14 kids, you know, both boys and girls, then going to Abergawi with big kids, and then going to move away to rep teams and different stuff. I hated the first initial contact when you make a rep team. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do this. And
the icebreakers.
And then you go into I don't want to go into the camp. But once you're in the camp and make friends, and you don't want to leave. And that was me at school. And but as I said, that's I feel my kid now at the moment, when they do make rep teams and different stuff, that it's hard at the initial contact, and then when you do make friends, you have to drag them away from it. So that's the thing that we can pass down to them. But sort of when I was 15, I just said, if I wanted to do this, I had to train hard.
Yeah. I want to, like, you mentioned something about, like, you know, your mindset about, like, you know, I want to make it, like, at the age of 15, you want to play for the Broncos, and you just knew no drinking, no smoking, all that kind of stuff. Is that, like, something that, you know, how did you distance yourself away from the people that could have taken you in that direction?
Definitely. I think, I don't bag my cousins or brothers and whatnot. Like, I love being around them. Don't get me wrong, when they are having, you know, a drink, and as I said, like, people say, well, how do you do it after games? So when I made my first grade debut, what's the first thing they do? He's a 4X.
That's the culture.
It is the culture. I said, he's a 4X, have a drink. I said, no, I don't drink. No, you drink it. I said, well, give me Powerade.
Yeah.
And that's me. I sort of started from then, and you go to nightclubs after games, and people give you this. And when you say no, eventually someone will listen, and they say, oh, you don't drink, give him more water. So that's, you have to say no if you know your goals and want to achieve your goals, and that's sort of for me. And as I said, I don't want to get me wrong. I don't, I love my cousin, love my brothers, but when they drink, I just sort of hang around for so mad, and when they do get too loose, I'm out of there. I don't like my kids around it, so I don't want to be brought up around that. So that's me, and that's what I'm trying to teach my kids.
That's so good that you're sticking true to yourself, man. Like, at the end of the day, man, like, we do have a bad culture. Like, I'm going to say it right now. Rugby league culture is still that toxic with the alcohol, drugs, and all that kind of stuff. And, you feel sorry for the young kids that are coming through where they sort of like get into that. You got kids that are coming through their grade and they probably haven't touched like a drop of alcohol, and they had their first drink when they make their debut, and then boom, they're in.
Yeah.
I feel like that's pretty sad,
That's what, I'll say it all the time. I said there'd be more kids more talented than me and faster than me and could have made it, but they just follow the wrong crowd, and
oh man, how many kids we seen
shoulda, wouldas,
bro, they're talented, come through, boom,
and
they're out at the nightclubs, and you hear them, they're down there, and it goes, bro, what are you doing? You're not even like, you haven't even scraped the surface yet.
What were the 3 sacrifices you reckon you made that changed your perspective on, okay, I need to make it to the game?
Just making sacrifice, obviously, not like drinking, or like making friends that I enjoy. Enjoy the friends that have the same common interests that I have. Not being around that. If I do feel homesick back then at school or in town, so I'm going out, I'm playing golf, I'm going out shooting the basketball or something. So just being, I think, big, obviously, mum and dad's were a big part of that. Being supportive and whatever I needed, they sort of got it. So, they were only a phone call away, and that's why I'm trying to be as a parent now, as a dad, is being supportive. Being there every step of the way in whatever sporting team, school teams, doesn't matter what it is, club teams. I'm trying to be supportive.
Bro, so you go on to, obviously, you get in with the Cowboys. How is that feeling, telling mum that, we made it?
Yeah.
Because it's not I made it, we made it.
We made it, definitely. I think, that's your dream growing up. And as I said, for the Broncos, and the Cowboys wasn't in the competition back then, and then got put on a Cowboys scholarship. Just getting that coach coming in and telling you that you're going to play, like Tim Sheens was back then, and playing in a trial game as a, I think, 17, 18-year-old, playing against Northern Eagles in Mackay in a trial game. I'm sitting on the bench, don't know what to do. I think, and you get guys on there that you look up to, and it just happened in an instant. Like, obviously playing that game, and then first game against the Broncos, I made my first grade debut in 2001, and you got guys like Gordon Tallis, Wendell Saylor, Lockyer, and I was just thinking, I watched him, a couple of years ago, and now growing up, and now I'm going to go out there and tackle him. I just sat there thinking, and then Sheens said, I got to go on. I just didn't want to go on because I was just that nervous. But, I just remember one of my brothers saying, footy's just normal. When you go out there, the quicker you get in to make a tackle or have a run, it's into a game. It's just a normal game. And the quicker I did that, I just felt relieved and just, But afterwards, obviously, you want to play for the Broncos now. Your first game is against them and all that stuff. And it was just unbelievable. And then parents, they're very happy, so it was good.
Nice, the Cowboys, eh? I remember we said before, watching you play First Division back in, like when I used to go to the games at the Parramatta, and I was watching it, just, man, who's this guy, man? Like, he's so nippy and quick. And then the first thing I thought, goes, man, how's this guy going to play like in the top grade? He's so small. But like you were carving up, and but like that's what caught my eye. Goes, this guy's so small, but he's absolutely killing it. And then, bro, like fast forward, 4 or 5 years later, you're freaking playing for the Cows, like, and killing it. But that was definitely good to watch.
Yeah, I think it's just been told a lot of kids now, young kids or little kids say, you know, I got told I was too small to do things. I said, mate, don't let that be part of your thing. I said, you just go in and prove them wrong. You train hard, you do all the little things away from it, and then just prove them wrong. You know, you're never too small to make stuff. So
I love that.
I love that,
attitude,
man. So good, man.
That's good.
Did you have any mentors when you were at the Cowboys at the time? Was there anyone that you leaned onto or kind of mimicked their way of training? And
yes and no. I think more important, like as I said, I'm the youngest of six, and I've got four older brothers and one sister, and I sort of lent on them a fair bit. You know, they all played rugby league, and my sister even played rugby league, and I just wanted to be like them growing up.
Yeah.
Play footy, and if I made it that far, then I made it that far. But I wasn't happy just to, you know, just to be a school player or a club player. I want to, you know, play at the highest level. And but just, you know, Joe Panizzi, I mentioned him before, and he's a big part of why I played. And he was, like I said, my dad away from my dad, and that sort of stuff. That when times got tough, then, you know, I had people like that, and my brothers and my sister to lean on.
Bro, that's so good because, bro, like you when I remember watching you, I was like you're an entertaining player. Yeah. Bro, like literally, hey, we used to watch, watch this guy, bro. He's going to carve up. Because I remember making my debut against the Cowboys, and I remember seeing you, I was like, stay square. Stay square, stay square, stay square.
It's crazy, eh? Like when did, because like, how were the first couple of years at the Cows? Like, before, like JT and that got there? You know,
it was tough years.
Yeah, it was tough.
You know,
I think it was
you know, 01, I think, I don't know where we finished. Like, it was just, back then it was just tough, and you want people to come there, and then we started, I think, Kevin Campion, Paul Rahi, Travis Norton, they sort of come to the club, and they're a bit older players and players that been in successful clubs before that, and come there, but Matty Singh back then, and you know, and then Singh was great, so he was just so, and then John I come there at the end of 04 after the dog season, and 05 sort of linked up with JT, and it was pretty good.
Yeah, that was the year that like he's went really good, and like went to the grand final that year.
Yeah, he went.
Sorry, I don't want to bring it up.
Went. You know, the year before that, Roosters beat us in the major semi to make the grand final.
That's right.
But and then John I come there in 05. You know, Princey and Benji sort of.
So you could have been in the grand final against the Dogs.
Yeah,
crazy.
So there's a couple of years that we should. You know, we were a game away from making the grand final.
Yeah.
But, you know, saying that, like, as I said, I was coming from a community, and, you know, everyone, you know, premiership ring would have been good, but yeah, obviously, you know, achieving my dream and my goal as a young kid is to play one NRL game. I was lucky enough to play 270 for the Cows. So
Oh, that's amazing, bro.
Man, I love that. Man, I love the combination.
Yeah,
we can't.
Oh, bro, you can't.
The combination, JT and Matty Bowen.
Bro.
Man, tell us about that, bro. How did that like spark that good combo for
Black
years,
magic.
bro? The magic, bro.
Black magic.
Obviously, it doesn't just happen on the field. We train for it when we're in fitness games. We always trying to be on the same team. If not, he's blowing up. I want Mango on my set, or I'm saying the same thing. I want Jono on my team, but
that's crazy.
Just starts with that, but Jono's the ultimate competitor. You know, if there was ants racing up the wall, John I'd be betting on it to win. You know, so that's how he wants to be a leader and a winner, and it shows on the field. And just to build that, you know, camaraderie between me and him on the field, it was just, it was just, I don't know. Sometimes we were just whistling or, you know, making noises, and John I would, you know, try and look for me on the field and find me, and then vice versa. So so I sort of enjoyed that part. We played alongside together for a fair bit, and
it was always enjoyable. And Friday night versus the Broncos were the best.
Yeah,
Cows and man, I guess we're gonna stay up and watch this.
Because
it was always going to be like a classic.
Man,
is that are they the ones that you look forward to?
Definitely. Broncos was, you know, known as our bigger brother.
Yeah,
obviously, you know, Cows coming into the competition before, after them, and then. Mate, they used to pump us every time we played them between 01 and 04.
Yeah.
And then sort of those games when we do play them now, you know, you can see that it's a big rivalry between us and them. And but being a part of those games it is something special, and you know, playing in those tough games and big games is always ones you look up to.
Yeah. Bro, so you go on to play for Queensland, bro. Was that like one of the biggest moments of your career?
Definitely, I think, as I said, growing up at Hopevale, little community, you go around and you're chipping over bush, bins and trees and thinking you're Alfie Langer and, Adrian Lamb, and your ultimate goal is to play for Queensland. Putting that jersey on is to do that. And to get that opportunity, I got called in by Peter Parwin in 03, I think, 04. Yeah, he said, Wayne Bennett wants you in his 17 for next week. I was thinking, and I didn't know what to say. I was stunned for about 5 minutes. And then my first thing was going back to all these little memories of me putting my own jersey on, thinking I'm this, thinking I'm that next week I'm going to get a chance to run out and play for Queensland. And didn't know. I spoke to mum and dad and rang them, and they didn't know what to do. They were just crying and stuff and stuff. So, but from a community to go on and play for the ultimate dream, is to play for Queensland. It's coming true.
How did you attack that week? Because I know like you're one of you're the first one to do it from your community. Like the nerves going into camp. What was camp like?
Camp? Just walking into camp and going to the first training session. I didn't want to be like these guys like Gordon Tellers and that running around in Queensland. You're watching him, whacking people, and I'm going to line up against him and with him, and then he must have seen that I was nervous, and then he come up to me after the game, after the training session. He said, "Well, you're in this team for a reason. You're not just here to make numbers. Do what you do on club level, and Wayne wants you for a reason. We want you for a reason. You're here to do a job." And that sort of made me sit back and think, if he's saying that, and I'm not just a number 17, top 17 Queensland players just to fill a number, I'm here to do a job. And that was the sort of sunk, and I think, I feel a part of this team now, and made feel welcome, and that sort of, you just sit back and relax and enjoy the week leading up to the game is something special.
Bro, was everyone trying to get tickets off you?
Mate, there was family coming out of the woodwork. Obviously tickets, but you just want to soak it up, and I was lucky enough to play 10 games, and but the ultimate goal that I wanted to be a part of, and I was lucky enough to do it.
Bro, we're New South Wales, bro.
Yeah,
but
true,
I remember that game when you've done that intercept, bro, and I was like, bro, the knife just went.
We're still like, you're forever complaining, eh?
I know.
What the hell?
Yeah.
Comes up on social media every time. I'll take this off, bro. Bro, so you obviously had a stellar career in your rugby league career. We obviously caught up. We met up in Wigan.
Bloody Wigan
Warriors. He was probably one of the fittest guys. He'll tell you some stories, bro.
Who was the coach at Wigan?
Sean Wayne.
That been tough, bro.
How was that in England, bro? How was Super League?
I loved it. Ever since I got obviously released from the Cows and wanted to go play in England, everyone thought, what are you going to do over there? It's cold. You don't like playing in Canberra. And I was thinking, I'm going to go and enjoy it. So I went over. I knew this fellow was going over. Yeah. We didn't meet up until in Dubai, didn't we?
Yeah, in Dubai. Cool.
So he was going from Sydney, I was going from Brisbane. We met up and I didn't know him. I obviously played against him, and mate, we just clicked, and then basically lived with each other for about 2 months.
2 months, yeah.
True.
Eating brownies.
I think we put on 6 kilos in 2 months.
The Wigan. What is it? The Wigan. What's the Wigan?
The Wigan pies, bro.
But it was, I loved it. Like, obviously, become good friends with Eddie, and he made that trip easier for us and my family. And then him and Faye come over, and the kids after the World Club Challenge, and then become good mates. And so I wish I'd done it earlier in my career. Wigan made us feel welcome, and so I spent 2 years. Eddie took off after a year.
Yeah.
I know.
And
sad, left you there.
Left me, yeah.
You had Anthony Gilling, though. He would have been good.
The girls, mate. He's space cadet, bro. Good old girls, eh, bro?
I spoke to him a couple of weeks ago.
Girls,
He's good,
Nah, that was good, man. That was good times in England, man. Like, obviously, you in England.
I was
as
no,
well.
I was.
Oh,
I
you
was
in
at
France?
I was
at that
France.
time. Yeah, that's
I remember
right.
playing against this guy and he done the mash show and go, mash show and go down the left palm again. No way. I just got done on a Matty Bowen palm, bro.
Oh man,
Yeah, it was yeah.
good times, eh?
Good times, man.
Right, Super League's like it's
good
fun,
fun.
eh? It's good fun,
man.
eh?
Good, yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Much
kind of
faster.
a game
Yeah.
for you, eh? Like because it's an attacking like sport, I reckon over there.
That's what I keep saying. I wish I went over early in my career.
You would have been like
Bro.
proper legend.
guys
over
like
there.
guys like Ben, Bevan French and
Yeah.
Jai Fields at the moment.
Yeah.
They're young kids and they enjoy that sort
Killing
of
it.
Yeah,
space and using the footy and
How does he do it? Eh?
Bevan.
Like Bevan French, like just that show and go, and
Oh,
you just
mate.
what
Just-
are you up to?
That's what Matty was doing over
Yeah.
there, bro. I was like, bah, wait, we're down by 2. Hey, come on, bro, do something, bro. I do this little chip show and go. I was like,
yeah.
yeah.
nah, that was good, bro.
Yeah.
Wait, look, before you, even with the transition at the Cows, how was that transition to say, I have to let go of this club and go to England? Was it a tough period at that time for you?
Yeah, definitely. I think in the 2013 season, I think the 12 season or the 13, I was when Benny Barber won the Dally M.
Yeah.
Like he only beat me by 1 or 2 points, I think.
Yeah.
To get the Dally M. And then only because he killed it when he killed it in that Bulldogs played Melbourne up in Mackay.
Yeah.
And he did that full
Oh,
long
yeah.
range
Yeah,
try.
yeah, I see
And that's like good on him. But doing that, and then for me coming, I don't know, probably second or third in the Dally M telly,
Yeah.
and then being told that you're not needed for next year.
Wow.
Coming in, and then that's all you like. I just wanted to be a one club player, and
Yeah.
being told that you're not needed next year, and then we got something here for you if you want a thing, and I wasn't done yet, and just little things like that, and then other stuff that I wanted to go to a different club in an NRL, and they. I'd say rumours, but we know who said it. That
Yeah.
Yeah.
you can't, don't take him. His knees are no good, and
Yeah.
all that stuff. It hurts, but saying that, I think as I said, I love every bit of every moment I went to England made me feel welcome. Sean Wayne and then doing that, and I think I just sort of soft, not a Rudie. I think Rudie done like.
Yeah.
Totally talking about the Cowboys
Yeah.
and different stuff, and how you got treated. I think you spend all your time as a young kid there, and then you don't know what to expect after, and being treated like that. As I said, it's hard.
Yeah.
That would have been tough, man, bro. Like,
But you're still
just-
young too,
yeah,
bro.
Still
Like,
young. Like,
Yeah, it was only like 20, 30.
Yeah. Bro, like you're still in your prime to even. You can still play for another 4 or 5 years.
Yeah, I know,
After
but like,
that.
so did you get any offers to go to any NRL clubs before we go to Wigan?
Yeah, that's what. Actually, I was coming to the Gold Coast. I
Yeah.
was-
But the Gold Coast would have needed you back then.
yeah.
Just quietly.
But yeah, just obviously coming to here, and I was going to do coming on a bye week to come and see what the coast was like and different things, but then being told by that club, by someone else, that don't take him, his knees are no good, and then but at the time I had Wigan
Yeah.
talking, and but and that sort of happened, and that's I don't know who said it and whatnot, but it was hard knowing that
Yeah.
that I was
Yeah.
finished from the Cows and spending so many years there and then going overseas.
Yeah. Well, what's probably one, like obviously there's a lot of guys that are probably going in a period where some clubs are like, oh yeah, we don't need you. What's a tip you reckon you can give to people that are in that position at the moment that can learn off from what you've experienced?
I just think now do what's best for your family. I think, it's a business, and that's what everyone keeps saying. I keep telling this, saying that. And I think, Cowboys is a business to run, and I treat it like a business and treat yourself like if you can get money elsewhere, go. Don't be loyal to anyone.
Yeah.
Because I thought I was being loyal and being good, and come bite me on the arse. So, being loyal is nothing. I think, you got to look after yourself in the long run, and take the money. If the money's there, take it. Don't don't be loyal. To be honest, I think it's hard saying that, but I'm always a loyal person towards my club and whatnot. And but it is a business and treat it like a business. We'll,
Yeah.
It would have been tough, man. Like just, I guess we've all had like stints at clubs. Eddie would have South for a bit. I was at Newcastle for a bit. Like just to get told, damn, you're not part of the plans. You just go, damn, is this it?
Yeah.
Like you just feel like you feel so empty.
Yeah.
What now?
And that
who's the clubs that want ya?
Yeah.
Yeah, weigh up your options. Oh man, I don't know if I want to reestablish at another club, start over again, do all that kind of stuff. So there's a million things going through, and it could take a toll on your mental health too, man. It's just like, but it's how resilient can you be to just get over that and just sweep. It is a business. Move on. Let's go. What's the next challenge?
Most definitely. I think, and that's it. I think there's a lot of there'll be 1,000 other NRL players in the same boat and got sour for moving on. But as I said, if I have my time over again and have opportunity when you do playing well, and you make the Queensland team, there's an offer come there, and it made loyalty to me at the moment. I think you have to look at what's best interest in yourself, and
100%,
mate, and that's me at the moment. So, but yeah,
I agree on that, man, because. Right, when everyone says, "Nah, he'll be loose," come on, bro. I got kids to feed, man.
Exactly, 100%. It's done. That saying's done.
Bro,
yeah.
No one. I don't. When's the last time I heard it? I don't think I've heard it for a very long time.
It's a business.
It's a business. Like a lot of people in NRL, you'll see the top guns, like the big guns. They'll move on.
Yeah,
bro. They'll
100%.
move on in a heartbeat.
Everyone does.
Yeah,
everyone does, and that's the thing that people don't realize that there's going to be a time where you're either injured, that your career's ended.
Yep.
And this is probably why we started this podcast, because transition's hard. So that's probably the question I'm going to ask you now.
Yeah.
How has the transition been for you?
Yeah, obviously, and then moving over to England, spent 2 years over there, man. I loved it. I met friends over there. Like, we met friends. We'll hopefully go back over there one day, and then coming back from there, like Cowboys saw. The CEO was talking to him at the time to come back and work for the club and doing their community engagement and school programs, and I did that for 6 years. But still, I love coaching. I always wanted to coach, and but there was nothing there for me at coaching, and I just sort of took off. And lucky enough now that I work for Civil Safety and Training, it's Rob Kerridge and Nola and their own RTO, and he's been massive towards me and my family and looking after us. He's a massive Cowboys supporter. But mate, he come to me then when I was looking to get out from the Cows, and sort of looked after me that way. And he's been very much supportive and doing stuff on the outside, plus working for him as well. So he's been good. So
what does your role look like at that Civil?
So I'm like an ambassador for them. Like I don't do any train or assess or anything. I'm just like an ambassador, try and get schools on board, companies to come in and get their machinery tickets and whatnot. And so Rob's been a big part of that, and sort of loves. He's a business minded. So he's, mate, as I said, he's been very supportive. I mean, for full credit to him.
Cool. Like obviously you went from overseas to come back. We were talking about that before. Sometimes when you're overseas, you kind of lose all those contacts when you come back home, and you have to start again, kind of.
Most.
And like for us, that was pretty tough. Like for me coming back home, I was scared to come home because you just don't know what to do.
No.
And during your career, when you were playing in England, did you have a sense of mind that you know what you wanted to do?
Like just that's what I said. Like I laugh about it. Not laugh about it. I think it hard now. Like when when we go, what they have it like networking when they have clubs, tee up business.
We love this. We love
and they we're going to call these people up from different businesses to come in. And I was one of the ones that I don't want to do this. I'm thinking about training today. I can't wait to go play golf.
Yeah,
and
true.
That person you could be talking to could be looking after you after you finish. And I wish as I said, like coming from shy, I wish I said, no, I'm going to go and talk to him what he does in his business and how can I fit in somehow. And you see now the people that are very successful after footy, those are the ones that are,
Yeah, you think about it. If you run a successful business and you want to be a part of a rugby league club, I want Matty Bowen. I want Jonathan Thurston. But then for you to say, nah, I'm going to go over and play. See, those are the opportunities you miss,
Yeah, that's exactly. And that's what I tell my kids and now. Like I wish I, sort of made connection back then, and like they still know us because we played NRL, but if you had that friendly connection when you did do all this, like that's what I said, if you have that opportunity again to network, do it, use it, you know, and as I said, lucky Rob was he's a mad Cowboys supporter, and he just wanted me to get on board and you know, spread the word of civil safety a bit more and different stuff, and so full credit to him, mate.
Yeah, that's awesome, bro. Man, it's good to have those kind of connections. Because, bro, like we spoke about in the last pod, like a potty a few months ago about how guys, do you know when you obviously go connect with all these business people, bro, all the islanders or all the indigenous people, they're all sitting at the back, bro. Nah, it was sweet, bro. Don't worry about that. And then you see all the older fellas, like, you know, your experienced players go in and talk to everyone, and it's so important to connect with others, man, because you just never know who you meet.
That's it, and that's like I'm you know, I was lucky enough to coach, you know, Hamaso at the Black Hawks 18s, and still keep in good contact. But you know, people like that, like, it needs to be guided, you know. And you're getting all this money, and I'm not worried about it. I only got signed 2-3 year contract. I'm happy up until then. So no, go and, you know, network and be spread. My missus keeps telling me today, you got to go out. You got a name. You got to go out and you know, branch out a bit more and use your name now. 100%. You know, so
because you're a brand.
But it is, bro. I think,
got to leverage, man.
Yeah, just sort of, you know, I just think in that way. I think we were just talking about before. It's just hard at the moment when you just think, well, this is my last year. I got 2 more games to go, and what am I going to do? I'm scared. What do I? That's when I left the Cows, and I was going over to civil safety. I said, since I was 15, all I knew was rugby league. I'm going into different world. What do I do? But mate, lucky for Rob and his company, and I enjoy going to work, to be honest. I love it, and you know, meeting different people and different stuff, and so if it wasn't for him, I was pretty stranded.
Well, you probably would have felt you would have felt that, bro. You would have felt, man, like, I don't want to do this forever. I don't want to be like, you know, it is good, you know, working for the Cows and doing this stuff, and grateful for them giving me the opportunity to be part of their, you know, their community engagement programs and all that. But like a sense of you, one of those guys, nah, man, I want something different. You know, I want to be myself. I want to leverage off my, you know, my name now and get out there and do things. And you know, it's good that you got that contact.
Yeah, most definitely. Because the reason why I wanted to leave the Cowboys because I was starting up my MB1 Sports Performance Academy. And funny, like, Cowboys didn't want me to do that. They didn't want me, like, I don't know. And then that's why I said, I'll come over to civil safety. And he said, you can do that while you're here. Do it on the outside, spread the word of civil safety. Whatever you do, civil safety will sponsor, you know, clinics and different stuff. And so, and that's what we're doing the academy. It's my academy is to, you know, growing up, like for myself, I'm going to a community. I'm going to get that talent that no one sees. Don't even play a sport, because you can go play any sport in the world, go to a community, play cricket. He's throwing the ball from here 20, 30 metres away, hitting a little stump. Or he's getting that ball, he's kicking as long as he can, only because he's naturally talented. Imagine if we got that kid, put him into a system. Now he's, you know, getting trained and how to do it properly, and being in a team environment, talking about mental well-being, you know, treat hygiene and all that stuff. That's the stuff that my academy wants to do, and identify kids in that way, and not just, here you go, I'm plucking them out of the community and send them to Gold Coast, or good luck. No, I'm going to look after him through that. You know, if he needs help, I'm doing it. If I need something, and that's our goal at the moment.
It's well needed, bro. Like, there needs to be a lot of academies like yourselves. You know, especially like some like past players, leverage off your name, get out there and start saying anything.
I think that's
so good. Like, when you touch base on like the mental well-being, and like, you know, we want to be good people first.
Yes,
you know, like, that's one thing that, like, I like to preach out to kids. You want to be a good person first, and then, you know, the rest will come. You know?
And that's what I try to, you know, tell my kids. I said, you know, you have to be. Our team under 16s, and it was just clicked to my mind. And like before, and when Diaz talk about it, we got a good team, eh, Dad? Like, you know, we got good players. I said, no, we don't have good players. We got good kids. Kids that are willing to learn, the kids that are happy to learn. And those are the kids that you want to coach. You know, if you go to any footy team and think you know a lot, you're not going to learn. You know, like, and he said, well, we're a very good team. I said, no, we got good kids. And that's more important. And that's what I want to do with our academy is have good kids and give that kid an opportunity. Like I was lucky enough that I went to a boarding school. Imagine if I didn't go to a boarding school, you know, wouldn't be scouted or you know, identified. And that's my goal, go into different communities and find that one kid or two kids out of that community and give them that opportunity.
Bro, MB1 Academy.
Yes.
We're sparking that up again, eh?
Yeah.
Guys watching MB1 Academy, look out, man.
Upper Townsville, was that?
I think we're going worldwide, eh, cuz?
Yeah, definitely, yes. Yeah, so we ran a couple of clinics, but a lot of hurdles fell in between that, and then my partner, or Rudie, lost their dad and sister within that, and we sort of put on the back burner for that, and but we had a good turnout in the first two academies. But we got some stuff happening next year, so hopefully, you know, we're gonna, you know, identify kids, give the kids opportunity, bring them to bigger cities, and but as I said, not just throw them in the deep end and don't worry about them. You know, as I said, well-being and what it takes to be a professional sports player, like sacrifices. You know, you have to sacrifice stuff, and family is one of them. And if we can pass on our knowledge that we did, and, you know, if I keep telling kids, if I little small kid from Hopevale, you know, used rugby league to take him to Serbia. We went to Serbia. I went to Serbia and do playing the other side of the world in England, Wigan. And if I can do that, there's no reason why you can't do it. So
Wow, that's awesome, man.
That's awesome, man.
I love that, bro, because like you spoke about Hammerstone, man. I can see glimpses now of Matty Bowen in Hammerstone, hey, bro. Like he's a gun, eh, bro.
Yeah. He's so good, man. Just so elusive around the park, man.
Yeah.
It's good to watch. Like, what was he like as a kid?
he was good. He wasn't there sort of like he'd train, but he'd just do little things. He just had to run that.
Yeah.
I'm just going to run that just to beat that person. I'm not putting in. I'm doing fitness. I'm just making my times.
Yeah.
You know, but just telling him, mate, you got to, if you want to get the best out of yourself and best for your team, push yourself. I'm beating these fellas by 10 seconds.
Yeah.
You know, all that stuff is just being around the ball and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And he's enjoying it. He's a wonderful kid, to be honest. He's keeping contact as long as, you know, just not so much the footy side of things. It's just being a man that he wants to be and growing up. So that's, you know, so he's pretty good.
I love what you're doing, man, because you're instilling like a lot of value, not just becoming a rugby league player, but being a good person to a lot of these kids. But it's needed in anything, not just sport, just everyday life.
Like you're a mentor, like you know, all these dudes that you probably would have helped along the way and guided them to their goals and their dreams. They're always going to come back to pick the phone up, let's chat, you know.
Yeah, most definitely. That's what it is. It's just I'm there on 24/7. If you ring whenever, you know. So, but as I said, it's growing up or playing footy, and it is hard when you think, I'm a role model for these kids. Yes, you know, you don't like being that, but whatever you do in public, whatever you do in the community, if he's doing the right thing, then I can do that as well. But if I'm going out and doing stupid things and doing, you know, kids going to see that, he's doing it. Why can't I do it if I'm doing the right stuff? So,
like a lot of kids want to relate to it, or could relate to your story, and that's probably why we started this podcast. Was that get guys like yourself to come and have a chat about your journey, because no one knows, like the sacrifices, the commitment for you to get to NRL. But NRL is only just a vehicle to where you want to go. You know what I mean? It's a really small part of your life. Yeah. And I feel like there's so much big things brewing for the Bowens, bro, and I'm really excited for you.
Yeah, definitely. I think, and that's, you know, as I said, like, I'm just a little kid that come out of Hopevale, you know, past Cooktown, and mate, there's kids that my age, a bit older and now younger, that had the opportunity but didn't grab it with two hands and followed that wrong person, and, you know, sacrifices that didn't make, and, you know, who knows, they could have been way better than me. I know it for a fact. They're probably talented than me, but didn't have the opportunity or the discipline to do that. And that's our goal at the moment for the academy, is to get those kids, and boy or girl, you know, it doesn't matter who they are, is to train hard, do the right things, and, you know,
and always
follow your dreams.
And always listen. The most important trait to have. Listen. You know, it's hard. Like when you get young kids, they just always want to. I feel like there's there's a perfect age for kids to start mentoring, and like you have to just wait till that you get to that age. I feel like that around about that 15 is probably perfect.
Yeah.
You know, they still like they can switch it on and be serious.
Yeah.
But anything under that, man, they have. I deal with it all the time when I'm in schools, man. It's just, damn it, man, you are too young for this.
Yeah.
You know.
It's good, man. I'm really pumped for you, man. Excited and really grateful that you come. But before we finish up our show, I want you to share a key message
Key messages, bro.
that you can share with our audience that's watching.
Key messages.
Yeah. Oh, key
Got a
message.
key message.
Key message.
It's a key message.
I don't know. Obviously, yeah. I when I go to and talk to schools and about my academy or whatever, you just got to follow people that you trust. Hang around people that you trust.
Yeah.
You know, like it's like anything. If you want to, if you know you have the common goal to make an NRL or make the NRLW or whatnot, and whatever he's doing or she's doing, I'm doing that too. If I'm going out and partying the weekend, you make sacrifices.
Yeah.
So all that stuff. I think sacrifice and follow people that you trust.
Yeah. Nice, bro.
That's awesome,
It's
man.
true, bro, because when you're in the system, bro,
Oh.
managers and all them, bro, come on,
Don't get
man.
us started on managers here, man. Bro, we can be here for a whole hour.
But nah,
Why
definitely.
do we? Oh, nah. Let's talk about that.
Now
later.
we know. Yeah, good old trust, man. That's
just
that's
trust,
big.
yeah.
Trust, yes.
Trust
Yeah,
is
that's it.
big, man.
No.
And I love what you said before. If you got the opportunity, go and do
Yeah.
it. Take it, bro.
100%.
If it's good money, take it, bro. And
Especially
don't-
with the loyalty.
Loyalty.
Loyalty is just out the window now. When
Yeah.
it comes to rugby league, remember, like, if you want to make it to the NRL, you're part of a business.
yeah,
Exactly.
You know, and you're just another number.
yeah,
That's
100%.
how you look at it. You're just another number. So like, and use up those skills to like, nah, I'm a brand, and
Leverage
I
your
wanna,
brand.
you just leverage off your own,
Definitely.
off your own brand. So if you're killing it, you're making state of origin, yeah, bro. You might have to tap the manager on the shoulder and says, hey, what's going on? but it's true, eh?
It is, yeah.
It's like, it's one of those ones, but like,
Yeah.
but kids, they won't learn that till they get to the back end, I don't think.
Well, let's get this out there, bro.
Yeah. Hopefully they learn now.
Thanks for your time, Matty.
Yeah, thanks, Matty.
Enjoy your time here in the Gold Coast, and I'm really excited to see you flourish in what you're doing.
Thanks, gentlemen. Thanks,
Cheers,
Simon.
brother.
Sure, man.
Easy does it.
Easy does it.
shout out.
Let's close it out. Let's to like, share, and subscribe. Or you want to comment and flick Matty Bowen a message. How
keen
many
for the-
subscribers do we need? We need
Feeling a couple hundred.
a
to
couple
hit 1,000,
hundred
mate.
will get us over the 1,000 mark. But just shout out to all our sponsors: CMBT, SMS of Learning Centre, Newbie Blanks, Talent Locker. They're all there. Thank you for your help. Let's go.
Thank you. Easy.